saying start video transmission. Is something wrong? There it went.
Vigi. Yay.
All right, I'm going to go to logo. Now let's go and share it.
Multi-streams.
Just went live. There goes my cough. Perfect time.
Boom.
See if I can get it popped up here. There it is. See our faces. Put a love. Gonna share. Come chat live, y'all. Just like on the water tower.
Nobody chatted on the water tower.
No, they yawled.
Oh, man. I forgot.
Every time I use the y'all.
I forgot where I was.
Right? For just a moment.
Yep.
Matthew commented, I'm the first, yeah.
Why can't we see it up here?
Oh, no, it was on the video that I posted earlier.
Oh.
Sorry. I was just reading a comment. YouTube doesn't put a ton of comments. It doesn't post to let you know there was a bunch of comments. I guess more so.
YouTube sucks.
I don't know. It's pretty cool.
Automatically demonetized.
YouTube sucks.
Sorry, YouTube.
I didn't mean it.
Take it back. Take it back.
Let's see here. Boomerang. I bumped my microphone. Okay, let's add a thing. Add a link. Put the link there. Paste.
I just realized this corner stinks. Like,
that's where Noah was sitting.
No. Like, dead animal or something.
I think you got a sensitive nose.
Maybe.
You think it's that chicken?
No. Chicken's in my belly. There's not any of it laying around.
Got that. Okay, so we got Facebook. We've got Instagram. And it's about the only places we really need to post it, I reckon. Twitch. We can go watch live stuff on Twitch. Well, it's almost 5 minutes in. We got 4 viewers.
Hey.
Nobody's commenting, though. I wonder if they can hear us. Did anybody check the sound?
So we were getting captioned earlier, so I think that means that sound is there, right?
Want to continue to allow live activities from Instagram.
Oh,
What?
See? Noah got you demonetized.
That's weird. Why would it say that?
Because it happens, bro.
I have a genius marketing idea.
Yep, it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
Let's start creating like a bunch of like accounts everywhere. And just say like
Brandon Moore, comment.
we'll be on like let's get on farmersonly.com and just make a page for us like people to come see us. Like let's become like a dating hookup podcast.
We can't be
Oh,
a dating
that's-
pickup podcast.
yeah.
Okay, what if we get on Christian Mingle? We advertise Podbless and be like, we'll hook you guys up.
We would really have to like get on the Holy Fans thing and make that a real thing.
But like,
I
what if
think
we
that's
just
a real
made it into
thing.
like a first date thing? Like you have your first date on a podcast with us.
Wait, why is everything double commented? That's not good. Have you seen this?
It's not on Facebook. Is it
No.
on YouTube?
No, it's on the multi-stream.
on the multi-stream. Yep.
That's weird. Well, we'll be sure to see their comments.
Hello.
Well, let's mute up and get the show on the road. What do you say?
Let's get it going, bro.
Let's do it.
Do it.
All right, everybody shut up. It's time for the game.
That blows my mind. What do you say?
He gave my address out on Facebook.
Did he dox you? I don't know. Jesus is coming.
If you say another word, you're out of here. And I was like, yeah, well, you're terrible. So
You think you could kill that cat barehanded if it came at you?
No.
Oh, I think yes.
And this is Podbless.
There we go. We're all back.
Hey.
We're all back.
Aloha.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? We're Podblessing and stuff.
Oh,
And they're football watching.
No,
How
we are
is
not.
everybody
yeah,
doing?
sort of.
Welcome back to Podbless Podcast, where we try to bring you a little bit of Bible, but a little more funny and stuff. If you're listening to this out there and you want to be a part of the live stream, join us on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock, and we'll try to let you comment in, and we'll converse with you and make you a part of the show. And you'll get all the royalties that we get
Yeah, all the benefits.
of just getting attention
Yeah.
online.
You already got a fan club over there.
Hey, what can I say?
Oh, they're already hitting up Brad? Like, oh,
I
it's
know.
Brad. Oh,
Yeah.
Brad. Oh. He's become a connoisseur of podcasting now.
Yeah, two in 1 week. So
Yeah.
I'm hitting it up.
He is blowing up.
You're the face of
Where's the pastor?
Grace Point.
He's sitting right here, Derek. I'm a pastor too,
And I've got a certificate that's kind of like being a preacher,
but it's not.
but it's not.
yeah,
I'm technically the assistant to the assistant.
yeah. Noah's actually preaching this Sunday instead of Joey. So
He's the assistant pastor.
make sure
No.
that you come out to Grace Point or watch us live.
I'll tune in.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
What is it? You're not the assistant pastor. You're the assistant to the pastor.
Yeah.
Something like that. I got promoted when he got promoted.
Uh,
I was the associate to the assistant youth pastor, but promotions.
Yeah. And legal documents.
Big pay raise.
You are the associate in charge of couch burning.
Yes, that happens.
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot.
Did you
where?
forget how to camera? Brad. Oh, it's all double comments.
Yes, it's all
Joey,
double
where's
comment.
Joey? Josh, please tell us where Joey's at.
Yeah.
Well, you guys found out probably sooner than I did. Joey's not here tonight because Joey is sick. If you want to say a prayer for him, go ahead. All that good stuff.
Yep.
He's got some fevers, and he's got some shakes, and he's got some cold. I'm guessing it's just all a cold. He's probably got COVID again.
So I think I can share this. I think he's okay with that. He took 2 COVID tests.
Yeah.
Both negative.
Mm.
So he just has a fevers.
Just diarrhea in his pants, huh?
Yeah.
No COVID.
Diarrhea of the mouth.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know if that's him. Yeah, he's it runs a lot, I guess. His mouth does. So he
No,
is
it
sick
doesn't.
tonight. You sound sick. I am sick, Randy. I'm on the verge of sickness. I've been fighting off the booger-nosed kids at home for the past week, cleaning up messes and wiping snots. And today I woke up with a sore throat and said, dang it, it's hit me.
Well, daggone.
Well,
I want to
dang it.
know why everybody cares about Brad and Joey. Like, nobody asked where Brett was.
That's true.
Oh, that is a great point.
He will be here in a bit, and we won't tell you, or we won't tell him that you guys didn't ask about him.
Yep.
That's very rude.
How's your mom and them?
2 negatives equal a positive. Derek, true statement. Josh Ginn says, so he has a good old-fashioned sickness. Yep, just a good old, regular old sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not
Nothing-
COVID. It's not some imaginary disease. It's
Not from the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a regular old, he's sick.
He's going to have his MJ flu preaching on Sunday.
MJ flu preaching?
Like MJ's
Oh.
flu game. He's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
flu
best,
preach.
best sermon he ever preached
Probably.
this Sunday. So that you need to check that out for sure.
I think it's going to be the best Podbless he ever missed.
Oh,
Hey.
yay! I see what you did there.
I'm trying to be a little more self-aware in a positive way. Bringing my therapy session into the podcast.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, let's see.
Can we become licensed therapists, like, for podcast purposes?
If you want to put in the work, you can. It's not like Josh's pastoral degree. You
So,
can't
like,
just get it online. But
Have you guys ever seen Therapy Gecko?
Yes,
I
do
do
love
know.
that.
He
You have to
dresses
explain
up
this
in
one.
a gecko costume, paints his face as green, and like people call with the most random stuff.
He streams live like we're doing,
okay.
but he's dressed in a gecko costume, like you said, with green face paint. And people call in with either fake problems or real psychological problems, and he gives them advice.
So I think I hear a crossover here. You guys need to get Therapy Gecko
But-
on the show.
It's like the most enlightening way possible. Like, you'll call him and be like, I don't know what to do. Like, my dog's sick, but I don't want to put him down. He'll be like, if you were the dog, what would you want?
Oh,
And then like he'll make you talk through your problem. It's amazing.
it's real therapy.
Huh.
Yeah.
and by
Okay.
the end, you'll be like buying a new dog.
But he's not. I think he puts it out there that he's not a real licensed therapist or something like that. But I think being in ministry for any amount of time, you learn a little bit of the tricks of the trade and how to trick people into thinking that they're okay. No,
So time out. I actually,
Wait, I don't think that's how that works.
I actually got into this debate with a couple friends.
okay.
I was just thinking about like, why can't I perform surgery? Like, why do you have to have a degree? Do you think people 100 years ago had a degree doing stuff?
Well, people back 100 years ago also put leeches on you to bleed out the
But
bad
it
blood.
should be your decision. Like, I would trust you giving me surgery.
People
You would
100
trust
years
me.
ago died of dysentery. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, some people can't afford the surgery, so like,
That's
your only
true.
option is have you do it.
Let's sneak into Canada and you can get it done for free.
But like, you have to have degrees nowadays.
That's true.
But a mechanic
The
mechanic
used
doesn't have
be-
to have a degree, and he can change your brakes.
Yeah, the barber used to be the surgeon back then because they had the sharpest
Exactly.
utensils and
Okay.
stuff.
Exactly. But like a
that seems
mechanic,
super sketchy.
a
to me.
mechanic can risk your kid's life and your car. He can just be some random guy down the street trying to make a quick $20.
Yeah. I do want to point out that Derek said, Brett, I thought his name was Bert.
So does that make you Ernie or Joe Ernie?
I think I'm more of a rubber ducky guy
Speaking
myself.
of Brett,
Yeah, I think I saw taillights. He's coming in hot.
Josh, you are relevant in all you do. Oh, thank you, Derek.
Positive and encouraging.
Yeah,
That's Pastor Derek for you.
that's right. He's a swell gym fella. I'm sure you can't get a certification online somewhere, or I'm sure you can get one, Josh again says. Oh, yeah. So, well, I guess if Brett's coming in, I don't know if we need to go ahead and transition into a bit or wait for him to pop in. We can hook you up a mic if you want to, Noah.
Yes, please. Keep Noah mic'd up.
dude,
Yeah.
I have so much caffeine in me. I'm ready.
It is so random when Noah gets a microphone. I love it.
I don't know where the other set of headphones are. Do you know if they're in, I think they might be in Seth's
Probably
office.
so.
That's a real possibility.
If you have a key to get in there, we can grab it, or
They
have
don't,
Brett
they don't
do
give
it,
me keys around here.
or have Brett do it, and we'll just scoot Brad's camera over a little bit.
Yeah.
I wasn't even supposed to know the door code.
You knew a door code?
Wait, we have a door code?
I don't know about that. So anyway, yeah, we'll try to get you mic'd up and get you some headphones. Which
Boom.
my mic's in my bag over there. We're running a little behind. Like I said, Joey's sick, so we were kind of the night shift crew.
He is the glue that keeps this podcast together.
Sure, that's what we'll say.
Every third podcast.
They don't call him Elmer for nothing. I think it's for other reasons, but you know.
Okay.
Josh is 6 degrees from Joey. Derek says, gotta run to Radio Shack. Yep. I don't think those are still real places. Yeah, we're live.
Sorry, Brett.
How's it going, Brett?
Josh got excited.
Sorry. How's it going, Bert? Derek commented in and said, Brett, I thought his name was Bert. Oh. Yeah, all your cords should be laying there. And the mic's over here in my bag if you didn't grab it.
Podcast mobile.
Yeah, we're making it happen.
Good thing I didn't come in hot in the room.
Yeah. You dirty what?
What's going on? Like you normally do.
Like when Joey's not here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how was practice?
It was awesome.
Brett's helping coach some kids, and so he got a little held up.
We had a kid. I guess he got fouled, and the kid hit him in the butt.
Oh.
He went around. He went around half the practice yelling, "He hit me in my butthole."
Oh, no. Are they elementary or middle?
They're middle school.
Middle school? That makes sense.
I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
"Hey,
perfect.
if it hurt that bad, then you should sit out." But
I'll say. Get
was-
you lined out, Noah.
it was fun,
Yeah,
I guess.
I'm glad you had a good time. I'm going to unmute you, Noah. Check your level.
Yeah, turn it down.
No, it's not down. It's probably your headphones.
Yeah.
Are you on 4?
I'll take one scoot
Check.
over and you
Check.
can scoot over. No.
Louder?
Way louder. That's way louder.
I turned it down.
Oh, that was me. You turned down.
Oh, no wonder. What about now? Check. Check 1, check 2. That's not
It's
you.
getting better.
Check 1, check 2.
Right there.
There you go.
Oh,
Okay. live action
from your mom's house.
It's like the Turtle Man, Kentucky Turtle Man. Randy again, have his music playing when he walks in. That would have been a better way to go about it. And we're going to jump into our straight topic. Straight topic?
Oh,
I don't know. I guess it doesn't get much straighter than me. We're going to jump into our first topic. That's what I was going for.
straight into.
But Brett, you're going to be thrown to the dogs here, and you're probably going to have a good time with it. There's a hymnal to share with Noah if you need to.
I got Brad's.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to have a little fun. So let me find my music.
Bing, ding, ding,
'Cause I
ding, ding,
can't.
ding, ding, ding.
All right, let's do this.
Ready to get your ear holes blessed? Take it away, Josh.
And I'm not going to mess with the music. I'm going to slowly drop it
Ooh.
down. I do like that.
Look at
That's
the
a good
control.
beat.
Yeah.
I do have that, shaky hand that works out well for that. Maybe that's Joey's thing. When he's going with the volume, his hand's just too shaky. And that's So, tonight for Josh's segment, we hashed this out with a few other people, trying to get it lined out. And Brad and I, being some older folk,
Yeah.
we've come up with a fun segment. Oh, we need to get Noah on here, too. Grab this camera in front of you and just barely twist it towards Noah.
Right here.
Yeah. Here. scoot-
Well, if I want to
scoot
make a
over,
video later,
Dude,
It's a.
not gonna lie, I didn't want to be rude, but you smell.
it's
that-
not him.
so
He
the-
smelled it, too.
The corner was me. Like the smell was me.
Maybe-
Not
hey,
saying that.
wait,
Not saying that.
is that where Joey found out he was sick?
Oh.
Did he have diarrhea on the couch?
Can you turn my headphones up?
Let me see which one you are.
3.
You should be
Three, my lord.
Check one,
There
check
it is.
two. Okay.
3, my lord.
Thank you.
All right, everybody out there in viewership land, here we go. This is the segment that Josh is going to work on tonight. And like I said, Brad and I are a little bit older. Brett might remember this, but growing up in eastern Kentucky in the Nazarene church area, actually it says Church of the Nazarene right on this, we have our church hymnal. Don't know if you know what a hymnal is.
Mm.
Oh, get a little light on it.
Yeah.
There we
Ooh,
go.
That's a good reflection.
Hymnals were the backbone of this nation when we were growing up, and it's full of old songs that were written by dudes that you would never know existed. And there's classics, Amazing Grace.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is. I'm trying to think of some of the fun ones.
Because he lives.
Because he lives,
Yep.
I can face tomorrow.
Shout out to Bill Gaither.
Let's see. I'm trying to just find some of the ones that are more known, I guess. Be Thou My Vision. That's a classic one. Being
yeah.
from the Bible college I went to, ton of hymnals.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
just knew them by heart because we just listened to them all the time. A lot of people that are viewing in probably know a hymnal or two and probably even use them in their church still to this day. But in most churches, you don't ever see them anymore because everything's on the projector.
Fancy music on the wall.
Yeah, fancy magic on the walls, and they just sing mostly up to date worship songs, I guess you'd say. When this used to be the way to go. But one of the funnest games as a kid is we didn't have cell phones and we didn't have. Josh Ginn says, "Oh Canada." It is in the book.
Oh Canada.
The national anthem for Canada.
Right.
It's in the hymnal. But a game we used to do when we didn't have phones or didn't have things to keep us entertained and they would make us sit through services, we would sit down, crack open the book, and the first title we would read, we would say, "Under the Sheets Tonight."
I don't remember this game.
So as a
Okay.
little kid,
Yeah, yeah.
it was so pervy and funny, and we would giggle so much because some were very outrageous, but some were just like funny enough that it didn't,
Not too sacrilegious.
right, not too
Oh,
sacrilegious.
this one is.
Oh, don't do that one then.
Yeah, please.
But we're going to start off, and since Brett's already found one that
I just flipped to it.
he wants to ruin the show with, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
It was the
Can we play a
first
game?
one.
Yeah, no, that's
We've done this
we did
already
some-
tonight. It's
we
been
did some
great.
dry runs that were pretty funny. So
Let's see who can push the line the most.
So
No,
we're
no,
gonna
no. This is the line. We're going to stay on the right side of the
yeah,
line.
so if it's too
I'm on the
bad, we'll
left.
flip to another page.
Yeah.
Brett's flipping to another page.
and cue.
Oh, so if we just open up the hymnal, Brett, if you have one, you can go with it. I'll go with one. Here's my first one, page 256. The titles the titles of this area is Jesus Our Savior. The title of this song is Because He Lives, Under the Sheets Tonight. That was one of the first ones I got. Brett, you got one?
Yeah. How the Fire Fell Under the Sheets Tonight.
There
good
you
one.
go. How
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Fire Fell.
I got page 623.
Okay.
I must tell Jesus under the sheets tonight.
I must confess.
Well, you know.
That's a good one. Let's see. What was that one? That looked like a gun. Nope, not using that one. That one's too bad.
Hold on. Is Joey commenting in on Podbless?
I think he is.
Yes. Hey, Joey, you're on the Podbless podcast page.
Yeah, yeah.
Saying yo.
And yo to you, sir.
And yo as well.
Yeah.
I live. I live? You are alive?
Oh,
I'm not
yes.
sure.
He does live.
He did switch it back to his regular account. There's a great day a coming under the sheets tonight. That's a funny one. Let's see.
I exalt thee under the sheets tonight.
Oh,
that is
okay.
a good one.
Yeah.
Tis marvelous and wonderful under the sheets tonight.
Noah's got a good one.
Oh, no, that's yours. I didn't
Oh.
flip to it.
Soon and very soon under the sheets tonight.
Soon and very
Is it
soon.
Yeah.
lyrics
we
or
are
titles
going-
you're going by?
Do what?
You go by like lyrics or titles?
Oh no! If you
Oh,
go by
titles.
lyrics,
Yeah, it
some of
gets-
those gets a little too spicy.
Yeah, you just got to read the title. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah.
Go ahead
Hit
and
it-
flip to
hit
the
it up,
page for
Noah.
us real quick and pick you one.
Make me a blessing under
Oh,
the sheets tonight.
that's a good one. I
That
like
should be
that.
my prayer every single day.
I love him better every day under the sheets tonight.
Wait,
That's a good one.
what in the world is happening? Joe's asking.
Uh-oh. Oh, Joey.
Yeah, you came in a little late, brother.
Yeah, you came in late. We're doing the classic fun game as a kid when we didn't have phones of turning in the church hymnal, reading a title, and saying "Under the Sheets Tonight," so other people can join into our
Lunacy.
our silliness.
Yeah.
Be still and know under the sheets
Be
tonight.
still and know. That's a good one. His grace aboundeth more under the sheets tonight. That could be taken many ways. Joey says, "Oh my."
Bring them in.
Yeah.
They them. Fill my cup, O Lord, under the sheets tonight. Or fill my cup, O Lord, under the sheets tonight. I don't know.
It's all about the
Open our eyes under the sheets tonight. Yeah, this was a classic game we used to play. I'll give you guys one more each if you want to go through one more. Here, Brad.
You didn't do
okay.
it.
Here it is.
I
If
got
it's
shut
too-
down on that one.
I was going to say,
okay.
if it's too much, don't go for it.
Yeah,
I
don't
know.
go for it.
I flipped twice and then
Oh my.
I got shut down the time.
We'll share
like
those on the
that
pod.
one.
Yeah, sorry.
After the hours, we'll show those on Podbless
I got
After
you.
Dark.
Nope. Nope.
This game-
I will praise him
Yeah.
under the sheets.
That's a
tonight.
good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's
He hideth my soul
He hideth my soul
under the
sheets
sheets
tonight. That's a good one.
Yeah,
Noah,
yeah, that's a good one.
bring this home, Noah, with the last one
Strong.
of the night.
Finish strong, Noah.
Or not.
No, this is a good one.
we
Joy,
can hide
joy to the world under the streets tonight.
it. Joy to the world. That's a classic. That's a good one. Randy says, Joey came in late under the sheets tonight.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, y'all always save the borderline stuff for when I'm gone. Thank you. Actually, we try to do them every week.
I could argue that if you haven't played this in church, either when you were a kid or currently, then you might not be a Christian.
Hey,
Oh,
that's a good point.
Because this is what Christians have to laugh at.
Oh my goodness, it's the
know what
only
I mean?
thing. It was our
Yeah, it's funny.
entertainment. You
yeah,
know,
it's good. It's not too dirty fun.
Brad, don't do it. Joey says, Josh Ginn, do
why,
it. Do
why
it.
does he keep commenting twice?
It's all.
Yeah,
all
for
of
some
them.
reason the whole thing
Oh.
is doubled up.
Oh,
Yeah.
so are we gonna get double the comments on?
Yeah, hopefully so. No, I think it's just on the stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not going to help us out in the algorithm.
So we play the same sort of game every time we go to a Chinese restaurant with fortune cookies.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can read your fortune, and then after your fortune, you always finish it with embed.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
so
that's the same. one.
same kind of thing.
Low tech entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good things.
No videos, no games. It's just a fun little goofy word association.
Maybe
Some would
that's
say.
why the church got rid of the hymnals in the back.
Too many giggling kids in the back.
It's awful hard to read it off the wall and finish that sentence.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what it is.
My mom
yeah.
would definitely be like questioning why am I like always looking at the songbook.
He really loves those hymnals,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Look at him just praising over there.
That little, he's a next Bill Gaither right there.
Well, he's going to be our new worship pastor.
That could be a
That's
clip
funny.
right there. The next Bill Gaither. Yeah. Let's see. What time is it? We're down to 9:26. Who wants to do the next segment? Brad, do you have that one you were looking at, or Brad?
Yeah, either or.
Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, all right.
Let me find your.
Play his music.
I'm gonna find. Oh, I already found it. Check me out. I'm
Look,
taking care of business.
He is that good.
With Brad. Wait, it didn't start off where I wanted it, but it's there.
I like how I get the punk rock. Like,
I love some good metal.
yeah, all good things. Hey, so I've been perusing the interwebs a little bit this week, and most of you know daylight savings.
Oh
is,
yeah,
is this weekend.
Is this the good one or the bad one?
this is the bad one. It's fall
Yeah,
back.
I hate
Spring
the
forward
fallback.
is low. Okay,
It's where we get the extra hour, right?
no, we
No,
lose.
the
Yeah.
spring forward is the
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So you're going to be tired for an extra week.
Yeah, so
Ugh.
all of that stuff started way back in 1918, over 100 years ago. The daylight savings, and it's supposed to be for farmers and all that stuff. 2 questions. Number 1, should we do it anymore? Is daylight savings a waste of time
Yeah.
and a waste of everybody's sanity? Because I really hate it.
Yeah.
And number 2, second question, what era would you spring back to if you could? So I saw a funny meme that was from one of my female friends on Facebook, and she said clock springs or goes back this weekend. I hopefully it goes back to 1865 when women didn't have to work, that kind of thing. What era would you spring back to?
Dang.
So
Yeah, the whole spring forward, fall back thing, it messes me up every year. Either one, springing forward or falling back. My sleep is so out of whack, and I don't have that good of a sleep schedule anyway. But, yeah, how far back would you spring back? Or fall back, I guess, technically?
yeah, it would be fall back.
Yeah.
Yep.
The future would be spring forward.
Right. Oh, I definitely don't want to spring forward. Yeah.
No. I think I would go back to probably the 90s. Like I like
Oh,
I
yeah.
like the 90s. I mean, I was born in the 90s.
Right.
90s was a good time. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and that's just speaking our age, because I would say 80s.
Yeah.
I was born in them, but I spent a lot of majority of my younger years in the 80s. And still I would get to do the 90s after the 80s, right? So technically I'd be getting both.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah. So I think I want to go back to the 50s.
I'm
Like
right- I'm
way
right with
back,
you.
like way before I was born. I feel like it was a simpler time in the 50s.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe it's a nostalgia thing that people make it sound better than it was.
Right.
But the cars of that era are better. The just-
economy was
yeah,
so
economy- yeah,
easy. You could work any kind of job. Like there was dudes retiring from pumping gas for people as an attendant at the
Yeah.
gas station.
yeah, like you could feed your family on a
Yeah.
gas station attendant's wage.
And just feel proud of the work you did. When
Yeah.
now, if you do a lower job, everybody's like, "Oh, well, he only does this." It's like, no, back in the day, that was respectable. Like just working was respectable, and you got paid well for all these different things.
Yeah. Tons of people commenting in.
I agree about getting rid of it. Stay on the summertime, Joey says.
Absolutely.
Josh, first off, get rid of it. Second, medieval times. I want a dragon.
Joey can't even play a game from home. He's already asking questions.
Yeah. So no, you cannot take anyone with you, Joe. It has to be solo time, and you will get to stay there forever. Forever.
Just to pull a Joey here, can I be like rich when I pick my time period?
Sure. Why not?
Well, it depends what time period you pick, because
I want to be in the 30s, like a rich,
you would probably be
early
rich back
30s.
then.
Yeah.
like
He'd be a hustler.
Gatsby time period.
Okay.
Love that time period.
Morgan Forche says 1920s. That's what she wants to go back to.
Yeah, so I want to hear why, Morgan. Why the 20s? That'd be good.
Yeah.
Um,
Joey's already trying to ruin the segment. Am I the current age that I was when I was?
I'm also
Can
like,
I take anyone?
I love a night out and I love a good sunset sunrise. And like now
Oh.
when I wake up to work, perfect sunrise. And then
Yeah.
like going anywhere later in the day.
Wait, what time do you go to work? Because it's dark at
I'm up at
7:30.
like 6 a.m.
I'm say
like-
it's still dark then.
yeah, he works with his hands, Josh. Don't forget those
Oh.
things.
Obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I got a story for you guys about hands. Keep going with what we're doing.
Rich
we'll,
in the
we'll go
depression.
back to that one. How long do you stay there, Joey? We're done answering your questions. Would we rewind or be our current self in the past?
Oh, that's
Josh Ginn asks.
yeah, that's a good question.
Ooh.
Well, so you'd have to adapt to the, in your case, the 50s. So you would go there with this modern look and you'd be like the outcast, right?
Would you?
Yeah, because beards were not accepted in the 50s.
Yeah, but you're in the war in the 50s. Like
Ooh.
you're getting ready for it, aren't you?
I thought the 40s was World War II, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, there's
That-
Vietnam.
The 50s would have been the golden era, right? That would have been some good times in
I mean,
America.
Cuban Missile Crisis. Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
You know what'd be cool is if you go back with the polio vaccine in your body so you don't catch polio.
that would be beneficial.
One less
Or
thing to
you
worry
take
about.
you steal the polio vaccine and then you take it with you.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's what I was going to ask. Like, so could you, now knowing what you know, would you like collect a bunch of, cars knowing what is valuable in today's world?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's always been
Like
one of my
know-
dream
Know
like,
what's
things.
the value and
Yeah.
then
Yeah, yeah.
Joey said, wait, rich in the Depression?
No,
It wouldn't
alone
matter if
history.
you're rich in the Depression.
it's depressing.
How come nobody ever says like want to go back to prehistoric times? Like, how awesome it'd be to live in a cave and ride a dinosaur.
Yeah, get eaten by a T-Rex. No, thank you.
Randy commented in and said, didn't the guy from Married with Children sell shoes or something, living in like a $200,000 home? He had like a
That's-
3 or 4 bedroom home with
Yeah,
a
he was
garage
a shoe salesman. Yep.
and
Yeah.
a full basement.
And Peg was a stay-at-home mom.
Yep.
Like, that didn't work.
But that was the 80s, right? Or was it the 90s? That was the 80s.
late 80s.
Late
yeah.
80s.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Not
It's weird. It
nowadays.
is weird to see how much they valued jobs compared to now. Like today, you could go literally anywhere and you'd probably get a job. Back then, if you were, I'm thinking about working at the post office. Like back then, it was a sought after job. Even in the 70s and 80s, that was
Yeah.
a sought after job.
Yeah.
But nowadays,
Okay, but haven't times changed too? Because it used to be like you deliver milk back in the day, and then it just phased out, and now we're back to delivering milk. Technically,
like groceries.
yeah.
Yeah.
My mind is totally blown because I never looked at Kroger delivery as the milkman.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
You can have it.
No,
brought right to
you
your house
just
anymore.
blew my mind.
Bread man, milkman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Less recycling, though. Joey pointed out the fact that we were hating on him for his questions, but praised Josh Ginn for his question that was basically the same thing.
Mm.
And Josh said, yeah, but they don't like you, Joey.
So Clay's been absent, so we're just trying to fill in all the Clay hate that's
That's
not been
true.
around. So
Yeah, Clay's down at Disney right now. Morgan said, the Roaring 20s were just a fun time, and I like the style then, too.
yeah, okay.
It's a good
I
way
like
to
it.
look at it.
Yeah, very good.
But
But as far as the time change, I cannot stand it. I want to keep summertime. I think Joe called it. I don't like the early dark stuff.
I'm a night owl. I love it.
It is depressing.
Very
like when
right.
it's like 6 o'clock and it's dark out.
No.
it's funny what you guys brought up. Josh just commented in. He does deliver milk. That's literally his job. He delivers it from store to store in a large truck.
Oh.
That's his new position.
Look at you.
That's
Yeah.
some mafia stuff.
Yeah. Well, if you go to Dollar General, he's your milkman.
That's his cover.
So yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
those are fun times. I do like that he said medieval time. That one got me excited about going to medieval times.
Oh, because you were just at the Renaissance Festival.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was a good time, and you could poop in holes and have swords and
At
eat
the
turkey legs.
Public indecency.
at the
wasn't a
Renaissance
crime.
Fair, they let you do all that.
I mean, technically, yeah, they kind of do.
Oh.
But I was meaning in medieval times.
Okay, I was gonna say I've not been to a Renaissance
Wait.
fair. I guess, and
Did they
maybe
still
I'll
have
just stay out of there.
outhouses at the Renaissance Fair?
Well, Porter Johns. So they're the outdoor. They do have some plumbing on the outside now, that has some actual toilets if you really want a water running flush toilet.
Hmm.
But they still have outhouses everywhere. They did add. Yeah, have you seen the stuff online of the guys dressing up in armor and beating the crap out of each other?
Yes.
Absolutely.
They
yeah.
have that at the Renaissance Festival now. Like there's a whole big arena outside, and you cannot get into it. Like you have to push people out of the way to watch it happen. And there's just, I mean, hundreds of people watching these guys just beat the tar out of each other in armor.
Do they still do the jousting?
Oh yeah, yeah. The jousting's going on, and there's shows all over the place.
What's more manly, UFC fighting or that?
Jousting?
Oh,
No, UFC fighting or the dressed in armor
Yeah, fighting.
jousting or fighting.
Because like
yeah.
they're both pretty manly.
they're
but,
hand to
like,
hand.
yeah.
You know.
I think I got to give it to the medieval guys.
Yeah, I think there's way more dorks in the medieval thing. Don't get me wrong. There's some dorks in MMA, but the dudes that are dressed up in armor, there's some big dorks out there.
They're LARPing.
Yeah, they're like, hey, I'm LARPing, and then they get their head knocked off.
Yeah, they get like a 40-pound just pole shoved at them.
Right. Joey says clay plus hate equals clate. Randy, give all the farmers night vision and leave time alone.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm with that.
as a farmer, I agree.
You're
I'm a farmer.
Oh, Jared Covert's over here praising the Renaissance Festival. It's close to my house. Come on, bros. I was just there a couple weeks ago.
To Jared's house? That's creepy.
Well, I was
he
I had
home?
goggles. Like,
he was
or-
out. Josh got his night vision.
Watch out, Jared. He's checking in on you.
I've never been personally. Never even.
The Renaissance?
I've heard
Yeah.
people talk about
We
it.
we went on a school field trip when I was like in the 6th grade, 7th
Wow.
grade.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like it's something I do with like my friends. Like we just all get like.
You need to
stupid
dress
wild-
up and go.
Like, just get dressed up,
Yeah.
get stupid wild one week, and just really get into it.
I mean,
Can you throw tomatoes at the people there too?
they have a booth for that. Yeah.
Did anybody go to? It's called Camp Camel Guard.
Camp Campbell Guard?
Yeah.
No.
No, what's that?
Did you guys get to do that?
Never.
It was literally like it would not. I don't think it's still open at because it would not exist today. It was like the you got sent there like on the Underground Railroad, and they treated you like slaves.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
that's
definitely not
totally
allowed today.
canceled. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, so like you weren't allowed to look like they were all actors and stuff, but you
Yeah.
weren't allowed to look up and
It's a little
You
rough.
yeah, if you didn't say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, stuff
And they
like
took
that.
kids to this?
Yeah, that's what we went on a school
Oh
trip.
my
And
goodness.
you stayed overnight.
Okay.
Oh, overnight? Huh?
Yeah,
In bunks?
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
shackles.
that's a little much.
Wow.
But yeah, they treated you like you were on a slave, and then
Yeah.
you got to escape through the Underground Railroad. And
Dang.
but we were talking about that at work, like how that would not exist today. Like
Oh,
it's
no.
super not.
Yeah. Not
Gonna
cool.
happen. Yeah.
Not kosher.
Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, Renaissance. We should all get together and do that.
Is it open all year round?
No.
Oh.
It's only open for like 2 to 3 months, like starts in October. So I think they're already finished up for the season right now. But this time of year is the best time to go when it's cold, so you can dress up and not have to be all sweaty and stuff. And yeah,
Did you eat a turkey leg?
I did not eat a turkey leg. I actually sacrificed my fun for the kids having fun. And I dealt with crying children and pushed them around and said, whatever you want, here you go. And
Can you bring your own weapons?
yeah,
Oh,
dude, you can
You can
should
buy them
see.
too.
Yeah, you can buy handcrafted axes and swords.
like this is the best. thing
It's pretty
ever.
cool. After being there this year, I was like, we should get together a group because you can get a year pass to where, because it's like $80 a person or something like that, 70 some bucks. So if you do the pass and you go more than one weekend,
You made your money back.
yeah.
Yeah.
The first time I went was Viking weekend, and they had a concert going on, and we got pushed away. They closed the parking lot down and said they had made capacity,
Huh.
which when you go there, it's huge. You'd be very surprised.
Viking weekend sounds.
It was,
Yeah,
it
right.
was intense. We ended up going to a pumpkin patch because we got stuck in traffic for like 2 hours. It was crazy.
Hmm.
But we went just 2 weeks ago, and it was a great time. Had a really good fun events. The kids found neat things, got pictures with characters. But the only downside of the Renaissance Festival and people getting to dress up is there's a ton of furries. Grown people dressing in animal costumes, being an animal.
Hmm.
And,
That wasn't a thing. Like
no.
I can't disclose where I work, but I have worked a furry event before. It was interesting.
Okay.
It was their whole it was their regional convention.
Oh, nice.
There was like 80 of them, and people just thought it was a bunch of people in costumes running around. They were like taking pictures with them.
Didn't we
really
have a winter retreat for the church
Yeah.
at the ski place, and there was a furry thing going on?
Yeah, we used to do a ski retreat in February, March.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there was a bunch of guys dressed up in furry costumes.
It seems like every time I'm there, and we won't name that place, but every time I'm there, there's at least 6 or 7.
It is that weekend.
Yeah.
and kids are always like, "Yay! I want to get a picture with the mascot." And we're
Yes.
like, "No, that's the
That's-
fur."
Yeah, that's not a mascot.
I don't care for it. It's just when you start barking at me, I'm like, why are you barking at me, dude?
Because they're trying to talk to you. They don't
Just
have
being
language.
friendly. Yeah.
Oh, are you guys? He's talking about the football game while we're doing the
We're
show, and
conducting
there's a
business.
football game.
I don't even know what's happening.
Oh, he said Will Levi is balling out. Joey said. Okay, so good segment. I enjoy that.
Yeah, fun.
yeah.
fun.
Travel back in time. Let's
Don't
get
make fun of my community.
Josh
Josh
Ginn.
Ginn. Oh, the Lord.
the furry.
Yep.
He's not that hairy.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of that at the Renaissance, and kids were like, "I want to take a picture." I'm like, "No."
So it's kind of like Disney with axes and jousting and
yeah, you know,
turkey legs.
and people are way more friendly at the Renaissance
Oh.
Festival because it's a ton of people who are usually recluses and dorks. Everybody kind of respects each other's space, and no one's being a jerk.
How often did you hear ye"?
A lot, quite
yeah.
a bit.
Did anybody get like shamed where they just make them walking around ringing the bells?
Different areas had different things. So there was like, you know, the English area where they do like live chess, and you could be a chess piece in a big giant field, and they would move you to play the chess
Public
game.
shaming just sounds awesome.
Yeah, they do have a lot of, well, we went when we actually got to go. It was Jester weekend or the Fools weekend. So there's a lot of people dressed up as fools, and there was people doing like circus acts as fools on the stages and stuff. It was pretty fun. Blacked out for you. Beams at ski
Yeah, you
retreat.
definitely black that out. You don't want to remember that, Morgan.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you have a segment, Brett?
Yeah.
Or Noah? You know what I
Yes.
didn't do? While
Yep.
Brett's going over his segment, we need to get a Podbless lined out. One of us does.
Yep.
So if you can look something up on your phone
Yahtzee.
while we're
Alright.
doing that.
Hit it.
Oh,
Noah.
so you're giving me full control.
Oh.
No, not necessarily. Let's
That's what I
see.
heard.
Josh, Joey, Chef Brett, story time. Okay, here we go, Brett. Ready?
Story time with Brett.
Sorry. Had to clear my throat.
So we've all been, you know, with our, I would say mom or not dad, or not mom. I'm sorry, not mom. With our dad and not mom situations. So we're like uncle, aunt,
What?
dad. Yeah, I know.
You're speaking in circles here. I don't
Yes.
know what I'm at. Where am
No,
I?
we've all had those moments when we're like with somebody that's not your mom.
Okay.
So
Yeah, with an aunt, with an uncle,
And you-
with your dad.
right.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
most of the time, or maybe not, your dad has said, "Hey, we're gonna do this, but don't tell your mom. Don't tell your mom I let you do this." Right?
Right.
We've all had those moments.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I want to know what your best "don't tell your mom" moments are of your life.
Okay. What's the best? Hey, don't tell your mom.
Yeah. Hey, you can do this. Just don't tell your mom.
I don't know. I think I've had more of him doing it myself to my kids
yeah.
and it backfiring immediately.
And the
Like,
first thing they do is go tell their mom.
As soon as they see
Yeah.
him, like, I'm like, hey, now listen, we did this to be fun, but if you tell your mom, she might get mad. So let's not tell mom. Hey, mom. I'm like, what are you doing?
And they even make it worse. They're
Kids are snitches.
they're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, we did this, but Dad said don't tell you."
Yeah.
That happens quite a bit.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to think of my top one. I didn't pick one out because we were doing everything else. Let's see. Something with my dad or anyone else. I think my brother did that more so. Don't tell mom. It's not so much don't tell your mom because he was 10 years older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was usually like, hey, you're young and cute right now. I'm going to take you out and drive around with you so girls want to talk to us. And I'm like, what? And he's like, just don't tell mom. And so he would drive around town cruising, and I would be in the car like, hey, a little blonde-headed kid, you know. And the girls would be like, oh, my goodness, who is that? And he's like, that's my little brother. Just taking him out for a ride. And, you know, he would do stuff like that sometimes. Or it would go drastically different. Let's go camping. Don't tell mom. Like, we're going to set this on fire and see if it blows up kind of deal, you know.
Right.
Yeah, something dangerous usually. Hey, Philip's commenting in.
Speaking.
Oh.
So all of mine are like work almost dying things.
Oh, yeah.
Like every single time I would do something stupid at work, my dad would say, "Don't tell your mother that you almost died today." I almost rolled a bobcat down the riverbank and into the river one time.
Nice.
And yeah, that was a bad day.
That's
So,
fun.
Yeah, nothing funny or hilarious. It was just all after
death.
you know,
Death,
almost death stuff.
Yeah, because you and your dad worked together like all the
For
time,
too
right?
many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, too many years.
Now, I kind of had moments like that where it was less someone else being in charge, don't tell mom, and doing something really stupid and like, hey, listen, we're not going to tell our parents this happened.
Usually, if you have to say that, like that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Like if it's not like a like if you're at church, and you hear somebody say, "Hey, now don't tell your parents about this." Like
That's not what you want to hear at all.
That's a
Right.
different kind of story. We're not focusing on that.
yeah, that's a huge red flag.
Change of topic.
Or even at school, like if Cooper comes home and is like, "Yeah, my teacher said don't tell your mom and dad about this," that's a red flag to me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a definite red flag. You
But-
don't tell a stranger, a kid that's not your kid, that.
yeah.
But no, like me and my cousin Nick were racing four-wheelers one time. I had my dad's 4x4 Honda 300, and he had I think it was 200 or 250 Honda that had a trunk on it, and it was two-wheel drive. Mine was four-wheel drive. So we were racing, and for whatever reason, I was like, oh, I'm going to cut into that field on the other side of Nick, and I cut across. And he was like, what are you doing? And crashed into the back of my four-wheeler because I was stupid. And
Yeah.
he crashes into it, and it bends the whole frame up, right? Just slightly. Well, we were like, hey, let's not tell anybody about this. And because it was still drivable, it just bent it. And my dad thought my mom broke the four-wheeler because the frame was a little bent, and he blamed it on her hauling too many people on the back and squatting it down and bending it. I let that go on for about 6 years.
That's the long haul right there.
Until one day, Dad was like giving Mom a hard time. And I said, hey, Dad, by the way, I was in my 20s or something. I was like, you remember when Mom bent the four-wheeler rack and you were all mad at her forever? That was me. I wrecked it. And he goes, what? And I was like, yeah, like I eventually fessed up. I always end up telling on myself later, but that was my only like big one, I think. Because we shot a big window with a BB gun, but we didn't know we did it. And me and Nick always still blame each other for that till this day. But it was like $1,000, like thousands of dollars for this window is at the big lake house in Louisa. And we still blame each other for that because we really don't know who did it.
Most of mine are with my. Look at that comment.
We'll get some comments.
The last one.
Oh, yeah. I bet Cosby did say that quite a bit. That's a good one, Randy.
Yeah. Most of mine were like my dad would say that.
I was reading Morgan's on there.
Go ahead.
She said she did that when her dad got his ears pierced. Told Mom right when we got home. Now, Morgan, don't tell your mom I got my ears pierced. That's a good one.
My dad would be like, "Hey, let's." I'd be like, I don't know, 10, and he'd be like, "Hey, let's rent this movie." And it's a movie I probably should not have watched at 10 years old.
Didn't we talk about this a couple weeks ago? Or
Yeah,
was
we
that
did.
off air?
It was off air.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I was pitching this idea to you guys, and I was telling the story. But yeah, he'd be like, "Let's rent this movie," and it was definitely like an R-rated bad movie.
Yeah.
He's like, but don't tell your mom we watched this.
Right.
And he would come up with another movie that we watched for me to tell, because it was back when you go to like Blockbuster,
Okay.
and so he'd be like, "Hey, we're going to Blockbuster pick up a movie for tonight," and we'd go get this movie that he wanted to watch, and she'd be like, "What'd you get?" And he'd be like, tell her we got whatever. Not
Yeah.
not as bad as what we actually
Yeah.
got.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's up.
Yeah.
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 Perfect.
Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that movie you don't want to see. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
Mm.
So that was one of my favorites. Is it would always be a bad movie, and he would be just like, just don't tell your mom. Oh, put your money in the jar.
Oh, I think my dad was always just too scared of my mom to do anything like that. Like
right.
she would beat him or something.
I never really had like any moments like that growing up. Jesus.
You just turned it down.
Oh,
Me
is
and
that who's
Under
on the phone?
Jesus,
That's
under the sheets
amazing.
tonight.
me and Colin had
no. True.
I would answer that live, but you know,
me and Colin had a moment like that where like we were trying to, because we had a pool, and so we stretched out the garden hose and put it over top of a chair, and we were trying to jump off the diving board to see if we could get over the hose.
Yeah.
And I wound up jumping off the board, hitting the hose because it was too high, and knocking the chair in, and it scratched the liner from the top all the way down.
I remember that story.
And we had just replaced the liner, I don't know, like the year before.
Oh,
So
That was always the worst, when you didn't have a realization of what money was. And,
Yeah.
like you would tear something up that your parents worked so hard to fix, and you're just like, what?
right.
Kind
And
of like the BB gun thing with the big giant windows.
That was a don't tell your dad moment. My mom knew about it,
oh.
and she was like, "Hey, don't." She's like, "Go to the store." Because I was old enough to drive. She's like, "Go to the store. They make the underwater patch. You can patch it."
oh
And
yes.
she said, "Just don't tell your dad."
He'll never notice.
He noticed. Yeah.
I've just never had any moments growing up like that. I guess I was pretty sheltered and lame.
Well,
Might,
I don't think any of us
might
are
answer
surprised
a lot of
that you were
things
lame.
in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think of mine too, but I don't have too many that Dad was like, "Don't tell," because usually he'd just get annoyed with me and send me home before something could happen that he would have to say, "Don't tell your mom." So
Did your dad have a don't, or did your mom have a don't tell? Did you ever have those, like vice versa?
yeah, Mom's was mostly, "Hey, I'm speaking in tongues. Don't tell your dad." Deep subject right there,
Wow.
but
I was waiting for you to be like, "Hey, we're gonna watch this rated R movie."
and my
Don't
mom, yeah, like,
don't tell
"Hey,
your dad."
don't tell your dad." No, there wasn't too many things, but yeah, he would freak out over some things. So Mom would be like, "Well, don't tell your dad about this," or I don't know. There's not a bunch. I'm trying to really think of something funny, but nothing's really.
Yeah.
I think the speaking in tongues is my best bit on that one.
Or my dad would let me skip school,
Ooh.
and he'd be like, "But don't tell your mom." I'm like, "Dad, she's gonna come home and
Yeah.
see me here." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hide under the bed.
yeah. He's like, "Just
get
yeah,
a
just-
snorkel, get in the pool.
I don't care. Do whatever you want. Just don't tell your mom." I'm like,
You
Okay.
said whatever I want.
Mhm.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
buy you this toy. Don't tell your mom. It's like she checks the bank account on the app. You can't.
Yeah.
We can't get around this anymore.
he was always big with he always carried cash for real. Like, he always had cash on him. He never put it in a wallet though.
Right.
Just cash.
Have it in a sock.
Just right in his pocket or.
Or yeah, he'd wear those long tube socks and just put it right in his.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Smart.
Yeah, he was a big sweatpants guy.
I don't
wasn't he?
know, man.
Oh, yeah.
I hate people like that though, because like if it's a hot summer day,
Wearing
you're just
sweatpants.
whipping
still.
out a $20 bill out of your feet
It's
sweat,
yeah.
Mm.
or like you see the chicks that whip like money out of
Yeah.
their
Nope.
top.
Sorry.
portion.
That made when I worked at Walmart, that used to make me sick.
Ah, it's so
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
My little 2-year-old, she started playing with fake money. So she'll come over and say, "Here, what do you want?" And you tell her what you want from the menu. She'll walk over with her imaginary food and come back and be like, "Here you go." And then you'll say, "Oh, thank you. Here's your money." And we would put like fake money in her hand, and she would take it and shove it down her shirt. Like nobody showed her that move. She was
That's
just like,
just
"Thank
a-
you," and just stuck it there and walked away. I was like,
That's where
"That's
I'm gonna
funny."
store all
So
this.
for some reason, I mean, you guys are gonna have a field day with this, but I don't care. On my TikTok, it popped up like cleaning money from a lady character at a not so
A stripper,
yeah.
stripper counting her money.
Yeah,
You can say
basically.
it. Joey's
Yeah.
not here. It's fine.
Okay, she was a stripper, but she was like,
He's still watching.
"Watch
guys.
me clean my money," because it was like some like I don't know OCD satisfying thing, but like it showed her cleaning it and how she did it. It was so nasty. That water was like brown and green tinted, and she's just soaking money. And I'm like, I don't want to touch money ever again.
Well, they say like there's
Yeah.
so much cocaine on every dollar bill because of people that would use it to snort cocaine and stuff like that. Like every dollar bill's got a residue of cocaine on it at some point in time.
You never know where it's at.
It's true. Good bit. I enjoyed this.
Do we have a pod bless?
I got one.
You've got one. I was going to say I found one. If you didn't have it, I didn't
What do
know
you
if
got?
found-
We can have.
What do you got?
Well,
Let's
you
have a
read your
pod off.
title. I'll read. Well, wait. Let's
Pod off.
we'll have a pod off. We'll see. Where am I looking here? Okay, I'm going to do the intro, and then we'll do a pod off for titles, and then we'll go with which one sounds best. Ready?
Pod bless your heart.
Sweetie.
That's the last one. So Noah, you go ahead and read your title off, and we'll see if we like that one. Then I'll read my title off.
All right, we got bumbling, in quotations, alleged arsonist sets himself ablaze trying to burn down Florida church.
That one, I think, wins. That's a pretty good one. Mine was man trapped in jewelry vault overnight is freed when the timer opens the chamber as scheduled. Let's go with the church.
Yeah.
Yeah, church getting burned down. You read off the
First
whole
sentence.
thing there, bro.
The first sentence hooked me. The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Yes,
Okay.
he does.
And this is from the New York Post. So the fact that they're mentioning God blows my mind
It's a
itself.
win-win.
A bumbling alleged arsonist set himself ablaze while attempting to burn down a Florida church earlier this month.
that church over there. Burn it down.
A unidentified man carrying a can of gasoline approached the Power Outreach Ministry in Oakland Park around 1:30 a.m. August 14th. Surveillance footage showed. So, it's alleged, even though they got him on video.
Yeah.
He pours a very generous amount of flammable in two places before leaning down to light one spot. And then they have perfect screenshots
that
of
is a
this.
lot of
Like he's
footage.
lighting it on
Yeah.
fire. And then it says, large flames bursted around the man who was wearing shorts and a t-shirt and shows him stumbling to get away and light the second gasoline puddle.
Nice.
At this time, the fire dances around his legs and it appears to go up his body as he is scrambling to light the blaze on fire still and run away
Okay.
Poor dude.
You're
down
like, well,
the street. And then it's just a video of him on fire running down the street.
nice. It's a blur.
It's unknown what his motive was.
It's the Human Torch.
I think it was to burn the church down.
I think that would be the motive.
The
yeah.
fire was put out quickly. They alerted deputies, said it was intentionally set, potentially. And that's it. It only caused like $1,000 worth of damage. So, I mean, lots of harm. No.
Do you think it
felonies.
ever runs through the
Suspect
firefighter?
is still at large.
The firefighter, he's still at large, isn't it? The guy with the burn victim at the hospital?
Catch on
The guy
fire and
walking
run
around
away.
with holes in his.
Do you think? I would say, do you think the firefighters have a obligation to put him out first?
Yeah, they
Like-
still do. That's even if like
That's one of those moral things.
No, it's
is it?
definitely a law.
even
I
if a
think.
cop shoots somebody, they still have to like give them medical
Okay,
treatment and
Your
stuff like
first
that.
paramedic
Gotta
on
do.
scene, you see a cop shot and a suspect shot. Who you run into?
I don't know. I'm probably running
I-
away
Yeah, I'm
because
not
I'm a
making
bad
that call.
paramedic. Ooh, blood!
Yeah.
Just take off the
Gunshot
ox.
wounds.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I just
I'm out of gloves. Hang on, I'll be right back.
you got to be pretty determined to like still light one piece of like fire while you're on fire running down the street.
I mean, that shows dedication. If he's like, I'm on fire. Maybe if I go step on that pool of gasoline, it'll
But
catch that on
Also,
fire.
how do you not get caught? Because you know you're going to Walgreens in the next
Get
morning
burn
and
cream.
buying a
Burn
bunch of
cream.
like burn cream.
3rd-degree burns on half of his
Nuh-uh,
body.
He's having it delivered.
Yeah,
burn cream salesman.
yeah. Snake oil.
Morgan's over here giving some regaling stories of Mount Hope Campground of sneaking out.
Oh, Mount.
Don't tell anybody. So yeah, I mean, of course we have to bless this guy that was trying to set fire to everything.
Like, I
'cause
hope he finds the Lord because honestly, like something.
God bless his heart.
Maybe
something
that's
wasn't
what
right.
brings him to Jesus.
Yeah, through the flames.
He-
Some find salvation through the flames. You know,
The fire fell that night.
under the sheets tonight.
We got to revisit that topic.
The Holy Ghost fire.
We need to write this stuff down. I didn't write anything down to have it in the books. that misshapen book of random slips of paper.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, what was? Did it say anything about they didn't catch him?
Still at large.
Still at large.
Oh, Florida man.
Still at crispy large.
Florida man at large lighting a church on fire.
Yeah, random dude trying to set a church on fire.
Pod bless your heart, sweetie.
Can we get like a live Podbless one day? Like, can we try to contact some of these guys?
We wanted to with that pastor that got robbed. Remember that? He got his watch stolen, and he was kind of making fun of the church for not giving him more money to afford a better watch or something.
Right. Yeah.
But then he was challenging some fighter to a match, a fighting match.
A boxer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We need to look that guy up again. He was in the news like 3 or 4 weeks in a row.
Right. He's definitely done something stupid lately.
Oh, for sure.
It's like that mega
Revisit
church
that guy.
pastor up in New York. Remember the blinged out one?
That's who
Yeah,
he's talking
that's who we're
about.
talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah.
Oh, he got robbed, and then he got busted for he stole like $20,000 from the church.
Yeah, that was the same guy.
Hmm.
Oh, so remember we were talking about burns, and now we talked about that guy I burned, and we were talking about something about hands. I burned my hand over this past week.
Now, why would you do that?
Well, I like it. No, I don't know. It was an accident. I was at my brother-in-law's house, and they're having his little girl birthday party. He has one of those new fancy burn barrels, what are they, the solo stoves?
Yeah.
He had one of those out in his yard because it was kind of cold, and he had a fire going. I have a solo stove as well. And a neat thing about mine is when I would touch the side, even with a fire, the outside was still cool to the touch because it's got this chamber that air flows through.
Yeah.
And his was burning hot. And we're sitting around talking, telling another person at the party about the solo stove and how it burns and there's no smoke. It's pretty great. I said, mine doesn't get hot on the side. And I stuck my hand down there and smacked it on the side and immediately was scorched, 2nd-degree burns. But because I am a man, I stood back up and said, no, yours is hot. Stuck my hands in my pocket, and we stood there talking for another 5 minutes or so. And then I said, okay, I'm over my macho-ness now. I didn't want to look like an idiot in front of everyone. And I leaned over and said, hey, Kyle, you got any burn cream? And he said, did you burn your hand? I said, oh, yeah, real bad. And so then I allowed people to know that I was an idiot. And I never act macho, but that was one time that I was just like, not going to let people know I did this. And then after I had 5 minutes or so to be like, okay, I see how bad the burn is. It needs treatment. And now I'll tell people what I did instead of freaking out and having a big moment. He gave me some burn cream stuff that I put on, and you can't, I guess in that camera light, you can see the bumps right here.
Yeah.
It was burned all across there, up my finger a little bit, but mostly from here up was all scorched up. And it's all better after 2 or 3 days.
So that side job as a hand model, like you can still do that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey man, the burn cream they have nowadays is amazing.
Miracle workers.
You just got to keep those burn marks moisturized with aloe and things of that nature, and a little elbow grease maybe.
I know how fireworks. Watch this. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Josh, he does.
Josh again commenting in there. But yeah, so be careful around those solo stoves. They do get hot on the sides, and don't test that out by patting the side of it like it's a little fun thing to do. It's not fun. It burns you.
Fire plus metal equals ouch.
Yeah, we did get to see a llama that day. They had a llama at the party. That was kind of cool.
Did you set it on fire?
I did not. No, it would have probably burnt really quickly. It looked like an oversized labradoodle. Very, very curly hair, very
Okay.
soft.
Llama, red pajama.
Yeah, sure enough.
Okay.
Well, we're at an hour and 3 minutes into the show. We appreciate everybody that hung in there with us. If you're listening, be sure to go out there and leave a rate and review on the podcast platform you're listening from. If you're watching on Facebook, leave a comment in. Or if you're watching on Facebook, be sure to go to our page and leave a review on that as well. That helps us get out to more people. If you're not following us on TikTok, go out there and check that out. The same videos from Facebook and TikTok. We post all those short videos. YouTube. If you're not following us on YouTube, please click on our links in any of our profiles. You can find a link tree that'll show you YouTube. Click on that, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps our numbers. Anything else you guys can think of? Randy says, Podbless Josh for burning my hand.
Yep.
Don't tell Mom I jumped the car. When did you jump the car, Philip?
Like he jumped over the car, or
That's what
he
I'm trying to
jumped in the car.
Oh, no. It was the Geo Metro. We were
Oh.
going down a straight stretch in Turkey, and he hit the hump in the road. There was that one spot that if you hit it just right, it was like jumping railroad tracks. and the Geo Metro would leave the ground and and I would be in the back seat, of course, without a seatbelt and get flown from the roof to the floor of the car twice. I do remember that, Phil. You were my don't tell mom friend, weren't you? That was my big brother. Anyway, are all hearts clear
Yes.
under the sheets tonight?
Oh yeah.
Get the last one in. Why not?
Maybe Joey will be sick next week too, and we can get another fun segment in or two.
He's got a whole week to prepare.
Right? Is this the right one? Yeah, that's the right one. Anyway, well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Be sure to rate and review and leave comments and subscribe and give us money and stuff. I don't know.
Buy merch.
Pray for us under the sheets tonight.
Say a prayer for Joey that he can make it over the sickness.
Yes, let's pray for Joey so he can preach Sunday morning so Brad doesn't have to feel in.
Noah's doing it.
Oh, yeah.
I
Never mind.
volunteered.
Yeah.
Never mind.
He's
Don't
tribute.
don't pray for Joey.
This
Let
is the
Noah
only church
preach
that gets mad at
Sunday
me for
morning.
volunteering.
No, we never get mad at you for volunteering.
We just don't let you do it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear you complain.
All right. Well, I'm Josh,
I'm Brad.
I'm Brett.
I'm not Joey.
and this is Podbless. Well, we got through another one, guys.
We made it. We made it.
Yay!
Thanks
go
for letting me
us.
hang out, boys.
Thanks
It
for
was fun.
hanging out.
Yeah.
I think we might have a whole new crew. We'll start doing it earlier in the day, though, right? Oh, the staying up late's for the birds. Or is it? Fall back, spring forward, birds,
It's all,
spring.
yes.
There's